So the iPad is going to be, I think, the most revolutionary device Apple has ever introduced, and they've introduced a lot, including the revolutionary iPhone, which until the iPad was announced would have been my choice for most innovative product I've ever purchased and used. The iPad, though, is going to be such a huge winner for a variety of reasons. First and foremost, I think it's going to revolutionize education. When I heard that the low price point was going to be $499, it blew my mind because I was expecting a $1,000 device, and that's harder to justify to a school district that's going to be buying them by the crateful. But $499 for something that can eliminate, what, 15, 20 pounds of textbooks on the kids' backs and do the job of textbooks far better because we have multimedia, we have the ability to integrate color photos, motion, audio, video, all these things that would make learning not just a better experience, but a more enjoyable and more comprehensive experience. For people like me who are looking for something to replace their laptop, I think for, oh gosh, probably half of all laptop users would be perfectly well served by this little device that's a ½ an inch thick and weighs a pound and a half. I think very few laptop users need a laptop with all the capabilities that are in today's laptops for $1,000, $1,500 and more. I think most people, or a lot of people, use them for email, surfing the web, and perhaps some writing or you know, a little bit of note-taking, but they're not using them to write novels. Not that many of them are using them to run Photoshop or create macros in Excel. Lightweight stuff when they're on the road, and editing. Being able to open a Word file or an Excel file, make some changes, and then email it back to someone. That's what people do on laptops for the most part, and you don't need a laptop for that anymore. An iPad will do you fine at a fraction of the weight, a fraction of the height and thickness, and really a fraction of the cost for most laptops. That nearly 10-inch touchscreen is on top of my list. I use an iPhone constantly, and I have to say the biggest drawback after the battery life is typing on the little keyboard. I've got big fat fingers and the little teeny keys. It's a gating factor for me, so I avoid typing on it as much as possible, and it's not really a device I would want to take notes on. Well, I think the iWork, Apple's iWork suite, if I understand correctly, they're going to be priced at $10 each in the App Store, which is less than they cost to buy for the Mac. The Mac suite is $80 for the 3 apps, and really a bargain at that. So at $10 for a great word processor or a great spreadsheet or a really great presentation graphics program, I think those 3 apps are going to be by far the biggest grossing apps on the iPad, at least at first. I bet my wife, I said, if the iPad is not one of the best-selling devices Apple's ever introduced, a year from now, I'll eat one. And I don't expect to be eating one.